It
just
a
seems so
cycle of
toxic.
It's
But
a cycle of abuse.
she be swinging on him too. She be piecing him up.
It's a cycle of abuse.
So how do y'all feel about that? If okay, Dan, if a woman, I know Mel would never do this, but if a woman outside, because I remember I saw this. Right, we back.
The eye man he just gave us, bro. It's actually crazy. But yeah, well, welcome back. This is continuation part 2 of episode with Ada Shakara in the building. You know the vibes already. So like, comment, share, subscribe, and whatever and whatnot, and what it do, baby boo.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So, Manny's got a topic for us this time.
I have a topic. I thought we were just gonna start talking.
Oh no.
You gotta preface it.
You gotta prep it.
Right.
What did Nicki Minaj say? You can't just give it to them like that.
Wow.
You gotta get that first.
Wait, first of all, how do y'all feel about how Nicki Minaj has just become the
I just
auntie
knew it was gonna go there.
of the whole woman rap? Like, everybody's trying to be successful. Like, Glorilla's coming out with her deep ass voice. Love her. Actually, she might be my favorite right now.
She reminds me of Pop Smoke. That song's
Hey, somebody said that they should switch Glorilla and 42 Doug's voice. Bro, I almost died.
No, I feel like with the whole Nicki Minaj thing, I don't get it, but I do.
I can't unhear that now.
What, Glorilla?
Glorilla and 42 Doug.
They just switched their voices because the voices belong on each other.
Ran in Miami.
But I like her though.
The thing is, I feel like Nicki Minaj is now proving to everybody what I've been saying the whole time, that she does not support other black artists and other female artists. She
I
is
wouldn't go as
low-key
far as
a
saying
hater.
black artists.
No,
I would
not
say maybe female.
Female artists. She does not support them. She doesn't want to see herself trumped in any way. So she will drag them into the mud. She did it with Remy. She did it with Cardi. She's doing it with every single female artist that's come after her.
Do you think that this is just her way of like staying relevant?
Might be.
Because she hasn't really come out with
She
anything.
came out with that
drop
song and it
music.
flopped.
She could come out with music. I just feel like you see other artists, other like female rap artists.
He got nothing,
like,
enough problems in the
You
biggest
see them
one to
like
beat.
actually trying to bring in the newer rap artists more than the others. Hold on. I gotta reset what I said.
like Gorilla,
'Cause y'all
though.
throwing me off.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't know her song for
I like-
real.
no, I like
but like
her.
her voice just like is very
No, I love
captivating.
Glorilla. She's amazing.
her.
I
You know
like-
her middle
I
name
really-
is Hallelujah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
Gloria. Gloria. Hallelujah.
What's her last name?
I don't know.
I saw it, but I don't remember. But no, I feel like there's other like artists who try to bring in the newer artists more than Nicki really does. I don't know.
Yeah, she's just like that. I feel like it's the Beyonce mentality. She thinks she's Beyonce. The same way that we don't know about Carrie Hilson anymore. The way that Beyonce just iced her out without saying anything to anybody. It's a conspiracy theory, but everybody
Carrie Hilson's
knows.
still cold though.
She's still cold, but literally for a long time, no producer in Hollywood will work with her.
But that wasn't that Carrie's fault.
That was because Beyonce iced her out.
No, but why did Beyonce ask her? Didn't Carrie say something about Beyonce?
Yeah, I mean, of course, she said something about Beyonce, so everybody said, if we work with Carrie, we're not getting Beyonce.
But that wasn't Beyonce's fault because Beyonce didn't necessarily come out and be like, y'all don't have to not work with her.
Did she have to though? But what has Nicki Minaj done? Oh, no one's gonna want to work with you because I'm beefing with you. Blah 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 blah.
But people still work with them though. Don't nobody care about
Exactly,
her.
because she doesn't have that Beyonce effect. But she thinks that she does.
I mean, but
It's like when they say, sorry for cutting you off, but it's like when they say that you're not really rich if you have to say that you're rich. That's the same mentality. She feels like she has to say that I'm this, I'm that, I'm the queen of this, I'm the queen of that. Beyonce doesn't have to say any of that, and everybody still knows it.
hey man,
I
real
think
respect.
Nicki,
real.
she just hasn't dropped like a lot of music lately. But I just don't see like what the back and forth is for, like with any of
With
the rap
Lotto,
ladies.
with JT, with
Yeah, I'm like,
what?
I mean, but at the end of the day, it's just music, bro. Like it ain't that deep. Just make
It ain't
good
just
music.
music to these folks.
And maturity is there too. Freaking Cardi B dissed JT on a song and you see Carisha belting out the same lyrics at parties, like, and they don't care.
Yeah.
You know, but if that was Nicki, sorry to all the Nicki stands, you're definitely about to, you know what? Come, blow us up more.
Man, he's about to get clipped. Hey, clip that.
But like, if that was to happen with Nicki, it's just beef. That's all it is, and it's just negativity. Like, and that's all she'll talk about. She'll go on podcasts. She'll go here. She'll go there. She'll talk about it, and it's not helping her.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Nicki, she still has that effect, but just put that energy into your music, you know?
I don't know enough about her music truthfully to have an opinion. If I'm being really truthfully honest. I don't even remember the last song Nicki Minaj dropped.
I'd be skipping Nicki's songs.
I mean, I can't think of like the last song, but I know like some of her iconic songs.
I mean, the only thing I've really heard about Nicki is the fact that like wasn't her
husband is a pedophile.
Whatever that is, whatever
He's
story
not
that
allowed
was.
near playgrounds.
That's the only thing I heard.
With the Wayne, you can call me with me.
But that was like years old though.
Okay, but those are the iconic.
Right.
You know?
You're
Keith.
I'm asleep.
He will
the
tell us the history.
The library was about to kick us
Bro,
out.
what day was it when we were out and this man was screaming
Nicki Minaj
the
at the
lyrics?
top
in
of
the
his.
street?
It was either in the street or in his apartment.
I
This
have
man
videos.
was,
And there was
I don't know.
definitely
I won't cast
library.
him though, but I have videos.
bro. Jesus
No, we're not gonna put him out.
Anywho,
But all right, get into the topic that I did want to talk about before. I don't know how we got to Nicki Minaj, but I was gonna talk about putting hands on women. Specifically, just looking back to this whole situation that's going on. I don't know how to say her name. Is it Kristen or?
because I think it's Krishan.
Why do y'all be acting like y'all don't know how to say her name?
I
Is it
literally,
Krishan,
her
right?
name is Krishan.
Yeah, it's
I literally
Krishan.
don't know how to say her name.
It's
I've
Krishan.
only read it. I've never heard it.
First of all,
Literally
have
never
y'all
heard it.
seen how she looked before she started messing with Blueface?
Daddy.
Girl was it a D1 track star?
Yeah, something athletic.
Now she looks like Blackbeard.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
She just needs to keep her teeth in.
Oh,
I'm sorry. But literally,
She's pretty. Just keep the tooth in. Like,
and literally, I just saw a story recently. I'm probably gonna get this story wrong, but she came out saying that he hit her on video, blah blah blah. She's yelling at him. Next thing I see after that, I want to give her a baby. This that, and not, like it's the most bipolar thing I've ever seen in my life.
it's
It just
a
seems so
cycle of
toxic.
it's a
But
cycle of abuse.
she be swinging on him too. She
It's
be
a cycle-
piecing him up.
It's a cycle of abuse.
So how do y'all feel about that? If okay, Dan, if a woman, I know Mel would never do this, but if a woman outside, because I remember I saw this YouTube video of this guy being pieced up by this girl. Does give and take.
It was the Nigerian sound effects.
Literally, she was giving him hands, and he was just like being. And she knocked this man to the floor, and she started looking over, and she did the whole like.
I'm
You know, and people are talking in the comments like, if a woman leans into you, hands behind her back, just know you're about to get rocked. Like that's what she did. She leaned into him, and she had her hands behind her back. Next thing you knew, that was
If
it.
a woman does that to me, how do I react?
Yeah,
You, as a man, you lose either way.
why do you lose?
You lose either way. Because you touch her, you go into jail. Because either way it goes, you're a man, you're bigger than her, blah, 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 blah. That whole cycle of thought. And you don't, and the video gets out, you have to deal with that ridicule. So you lose in the court of public opinion too.
But if there is a video, and she did hit you first,
Then you prosecute. Then you go down that chain. But for me personally, it's not worth me risking my own freedom to get a momentary level of satisfaction by hitting you back.
I don't think it's a momentary.
Now it's-
I don't think it's even satisfaction at all.
Now it's different if she has a weapon.
Even without a weapon.
No, this is just my train of thought. If she has a weapon, that's different. If you piecing me up with hands, I'm doing my best to get as far away from that situation as possible.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get as far away from that situation as possible.
But truthfully, though, and you know this more than anybody else, you hit the right nerve, you can put someone in a seizure. You can put someone in a coma.
Absolutely.
So if a girl is wailing at you and you get away, you're in a moment of either you fight or you die. You don't know what that woman is
Die is a
capable of.
lot.
Die is a
Die
lot.
is a
People,
lot.
it's true.
People
It
have
might-
died
because
from-
you could hit them the wrong
Okay,
way and
okay,
they
okay.
die.
To let you guys know the gravity, at my job, someone died recently because of a punch. One singular punch. This was a night shift. I literally got a text the next morning saying I shouldn't come into work.
Hey.
Yikes.
So that person didn't think that his punch was going to kill him. He just said, I'm mad. I'm going to hit this dude. Dude dropped to the ground, never got back up. Didn't hit his head, nothing. He just dropped down to the floor, never got back up.
But the truth of the matter is this. For me, I'm doing my best to get away from you. That's just me. I want to get as far away from the situation because in my mind, you lose either way.
Yeah.
As a man,
Absolutely.
you lose either way. But as a woman, and this is something I tell my sisters too all the time. Don't put your hands on somebody
And not expect something back.
and not expect something back.
Absolutely.
You keep your hands, your feet, and your objects to yourself. Why? Because you might meet somebody on the right day and he doesn't care if you're a woman or not.
I've seen girls go up to a guy and it was just a slap. The return was tenfold. He floored her. It was just like
Is there an instance where a woman slapping a man is warranted?
No.
no. Don't put your hand on a man unless he's doing something to you and you need to defend yourself.
Right, unless he's physically putting you in danger.
Don't put
What,
your
so you
hand
think
on
there
a
are
man.
justifiable offenses for
a
men
slap.
for a woman to
Y'all
slap
gonna
a
make
man?
me sound abusive.
No,
Y'all
it's not the truth. If you
No,
feel it, you
say your
feel it.
truth. No, your truth, boo boo. I think I'm just channeling the Tyler Perry,
So what? He cheats on you? Ashtray, bitch.
You monkey. I don't know, y'all remember Medea's family reunion?
Yeah.
And she got the great Spanish that would beat her. I felt vindicated for her.
Wow.
So I'm not condoning violence, but I'm just saying, are there instances where it's you know what? He can't take a small slap, small.
But that small slap could get you a small punch.
What if you slap out wrong?
What if he chases you?
See, you never know what anybody's
You never
capable
know
of.
what
But-
anybody's...
You truly
I'm
don't know
just
what
talking,
anybody's
I'm just
capable
talking, I'm
of.
just
No, I get
talking,
it.
but
I get it. But
yeah.
it's tough because truthfully, you shouldn't be laying your hands on anybody.
Yeah, for
That's
real.
just the point blank period. And my own answer to that question that I was asking Idro is I wouldn't hit back either.
Yeah.
I'll go into fetal position.
I wouldn't even go into fetal position. I'm running out of the room as fast as I can.
Yeah, I would say you don't necessarily have to start swinging back, but say you guys are in an elevator giving
Yeah.
us the Jay-Z,
Solange.
salon kind of vibe. If you can restrict her, kind of keep her, know.
But
pushed
here's the
away.
thing.
Imagine if Jay-Z would have swung back.
Not even that, but here's the thing. I've seen situations, or I've heard of situations where the guy pushes the girl away,
Yeah.
get away from me. She falls, she hits her head the wrong way. Now he's going to jail.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's fair.
Oh, she's bigger. You're bigger than her. You should have restrained her.
Yep.
You lose either way because you restrain her.
Okay.
Now she has bruises on her arm.
Yep.
And if she goes to the police
Yeah.
and she has let's be honest. There's a saying that says believe all women. Right? With the whole movement of
Me
Me
Too.
Too and all of that, there's a saying that goes around believe all women. You restrain her in that moment. If there's no video surveillance to show that she attacked you first, as a man, you're done.
Yeah.
Because she takes those bruises to the police
Yeah.
and she's like, oh, well, he hurt me, he restrained me, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. And you have no other way to corroborate your side of the story,
Yeah.
you're screwed.
Look at the whole
it.
Saweetie Quavo situation where she was swinging and she was trying to break his Xbox and doing this, and all he did was just push her off. If there wasn't that surveillance, her story would have probably been what people
Yeah.
would have taken.
Yeah.
Because
So-
if she can have any proof of bruises or any proof of damage, Quavo's finished.
Yeah.
So,
Actually, that might
Would
be
you
what I
tell
would do. That might be
What?
what I would do. She swings on me, I'm pulling out my phone.
okay. So,
I'm pulling out my phone for proof.
what about, future sons? Would you tell your sons the same thing that you would do, just get away, or are you defend yourself, and if you can't,
Unless you feel like your life is in mortal danger, get away.
Yeah, unless she pulls out a knife, a weapon, a gun, get away or get into like put yourself in a corner where she can't
or
hands
get
up.
or have something that corroborates your story because, like they say, proof or it didn't happen.
Look at dude that this is a Nigerian dude that was dating the supermodel.
I was thinking about that, and I didn't even want to talk
Oh,
about his name. Man.
was it
In
the was it
Miami?
yeah, in
the
Miami.
Nigerian guy that got stabbed, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
That's so unfortunate.
And they were having this argument, and she was beating him. She was calling him the N word. She was doing all this
I
stuff.
saw that.
Yeah.
And you probably in love. You're thinking, oh, she's not gonna do anything. She's just being crazy. She'll calm down in a few minutes. This happened 15 times.
Next
before.
thing you know, he was dead.
Signs of abuse are just done. Like,
It's crazy.
we're not doing that.
Which is why I have an issue with that whole Krishan Blueface thing. It just looks like such a toxic relationship.
It's Johnny Depp and what's her name 2.0, but just black, Loki.
Just like from seeing them scrapping in the street, I'm like, that's enough. Like,
Wasn't there a video of like him fighting her family?
yeah,
I think he
the
like,
dad, like,
I think
he
he like
punched your dad.
Like, bro,
I think they just got hands in that family. I don't know what's going on. It's a boxing.
It's
It's, a
It's
boxing
just so
club.
bad. Like,
it just shows me everything I don't want in a relationship, and I'm okay with that.
it's just unfortunate. Like, you're really waking up fighting, and then what happens behind closed doors? You get online, you show us y'all fighting every once in a while. But what's happening when the cameras are not rolling? Are y'all scrapping even harder than this?
Probably. That-
I'm pretty sure.
She is missing a whole tooth.
But I don't think
out here
that's
looking
his
like
fault.
Mike
Yeah, I was gonna
Tyson.
say that happened in their house. That
Was
the
it
Zeus
Bad Girls
house?
Club or something
Okay.
like that? Whatever it was. But I think that's when she lost her tooth. But
She looked like prime Mike
Girl,
Tyson.
you should have stayed in
just,
D1.
just put keep your hands, feet, and
What would y'all do in that
yourself, bro.
situation though? Like, could you get hit by your significant other? Let's say he just slapped you and he started apologizing immediately. Oh, babe, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
You
I
hit
don't
me
know
once
what.
is too much.
It's finished.
You hit me once is too much, and I have the mentality that if somebody that can put their hands on you, they don't love you.
But would you beat your children?
Ah.
I won't. I'm leaning
At all?
towards
Not even spankings.
it's dip. See, that's another thing. Ooh, let's dive
All right,
into
take
it.
it there.
Let's
Take
dive
it
into it. I believe I will spank my kids.
okay.
However,
I will never slap my kid in the face.
Oh yeah.
I used to say that too. Well, not used to, but
I
I,
did-
feel
I already
the same
told y'all
way.
about when my dad
I feel like
two-pieced me.
slap is just so degrading,
Bro,
Yeah.
the
But we
amount of like
It's like it's just
Like, how do you even feel after you deliver a slap?
bro, like some parents used to, I'll be honest. My mom one day smacked the mess out of me. And like, you know, like when you get smacked and you kind of see white because it's like super close to your eye.
Ear starts ringing.
And it's like, bing. There are just certain things that I felt was like how we were disciplined as children was borderline abusive.
So, what age do you feel like it's enough with the beatings, or what?
Personally, I don't think I'll ever spank my child once they like cross. Until they're actually, let's take that. I will stop correctively like spanking my child when they're old enough to understand the conversation I'm trying to have with them.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if it's a hey, stop that, and they understand, they're able to understand that, cool, that's perfect. If you're able to respond to what I'm saying, stop that. Because I'd rather you respect what I'm saying versus me having to put hands on you.
Yeah.
Because me putting hands on you instills a certain level of fear.
Yeah.
I had a very constructive conversation with my mom just a few days ago talking about something like this, about how it's better to have risk reward punishments than to have physical punishments, because a
Yeah.
lot of times a child might not even know why you're beating him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just know that it's like, okay, they say that, oh, dogs understand when you're upset at them and cats don't. Cats are this and that. No, they actually understand it too, but they just don't react the same way. You think that if you're shooing away a cat, you know, that it's just being stubborn. No, it's not being stubborn. He doesn't understand what you're getting at. You know, there's actually science behind it. But a dog, I don't know. They're
You
more,
inflect your voice at a dog and he kind of cowers.
He
Yeah.
cowers, you know. So they're different. Same thing with a child. You might beat a child and he looks you dead in the eye and is just like, what was that for?
Yeah.
It just hurts. That's all.
And then
I know.
and then it got to a point where, especially as men, like the beating just didn't hurt anymore. So we're just looking at you like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, so me, as far as like beating my kids, I would much rather have a conversation with them because for me personally, I think the conversations I was able to have were a lot more constructive than me getting beat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me,
Especially
I think
in
the
the
words
face.
did enough. Yeah, face
In the face.
I hardly got hit.
low.
I only got hit in the face once, and that's when I looked my dad in the eye.
Bro,
So,
like, it don't matter. Like I've been hit in the face multiple times. Multiple times by
You're
my
the
mom.
oldest, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm the youngest, so I haven't had many of those.
Oh, you live
experiences.
soft life.
Bro,
I'm not gonna
Life
say
of
soft
enjoyment.
life,
the
but
youngest kids.
Life
it was
of
like the
of,
first kids were the experiment.
Milk and cookie.
The first kids were
you
the
have to
experiment.
like
for
start
sure.
with some, some grit. But at the same time, I don't think slapping the face is needed at all. But I just feel like,
But you had all girls though.
yeah.
So did your dad ever really discipline the girls? Did the girls ever get like spankings or whooping
Yeah.
from him, or was it like your mom majority
It was
of the
my
time?
dad.
Okay.
Sometimes my mom too, but mainly my dad for sure. But by the time it trickled down to me, it was more so just the yelling and the the talking, and the yelling did enough for me. You know what I'm saying? Being young and you just hearing somebody yelling at you, your mom, your dad, it was enough. So I didn't get that many spankings, but definitely not slapped in the face. No.
Oh yeah, I've been popped in the
That's
face.
tough.
I mean, but like I said, sometimes they will like do things to you to like inflict a mark. So it's like when you look at this next time, you remember not to do this again, type of a thing. And I'm just like, that's abusive. Like,
Yeah.
but that's again what they kind of grew up with.
Yeah.
Because in Nigeria, even teachers
Yeah.
would flog the mess out of you. Bro, I remember this story so my mom, when she was alive, used to be a trader. She'd come to America or come to London. She had like multiple. This woman's passport book was like this
Wow.
thick. She's been to like Nigeria, to London, here, Israel. Like she used just to travel and buy things. So one time she was coming back from London, and one of my teachers, I remember his name, Mr. Amujo. I remember who you are.
Wow.
Oh yeah, I
His
never
whole
forgot it.
name.
Oh, I never forgot this. He beat me to the point where my leg bled because my mom didn't bring him anything from London.
Wow.
I still have the scar
we
to
will
this day.
We will enter the same
No
trouser.
way.
Bro, and my mom was big. Well, no, I'm not gonna put a picture of her in here, but my mom was big. When she found out that was the reason why, she came to the school
Pieced him
in
up.
jeans
Pieced them
and
up.
sneakers and was like, okay, beat me now. Since you want to beat him because of, oh yeah, beats me. The master apologized. I'm sorry, ma. Da, da, da. She literally was like, the thing that I even brought for you, I was supposed to bring it today. I'm not giving it to you anymore.
Should have given him the
That's
crimson
insane.
Bro,
crimson
the
teeth.
man
What kind
beat
of
me because-
audacity?
Let's be real. Nigerian teachers were. Did
Bro.
any of you go to school in Nigeria?
did not.
Oh, lucky.
I only did one year. Was it 2
lucky.
years? I did 2 years in Nigeria. And literally,
Lucky.
I still have
abuse
this
is too
vivid story, this vivid memory of my parents bringing me late to school. My parents, you see the people that are dropping me off. It's not like at the age of 6 years old, I can enter the motor, the Volvo, and drive it myself to school. You see someone drop me outside the gate, and I'm entering the school to enter he said, this boy is late. And you beat me for being late. When you see the person that dropped, go and beat the person that
So
dropped me.
when you told your parents, what did they do?
They didn't do anything.
Yeesh.
That's too bad.
I was like, what is
I
this?
think my mom said when she was beat in Nigeria at home, that was enough for her. Like she was beat so much that she was like, I don't want to do that to my kids.
Bro.
You know what I'm saying? But it didn't stop my dad from when he needed to.
I mean, but your dad was your dad's a professor, right?
He was for a little bit, but engineer.
Right. So if I was just saying, like, did he ever like teach back home?
No, not back home. Not
Okay.
back home. Not back home.
Oh, so that's why he became engineer.
That's not why, but they pay nice, you can mix business inside, so I actually didn't really know what I wanted to do graduating. So it wasn't like, I was kind of stubborn. Like he'd be like engineer and I was like, no, for like my whole life. And then I got to my senior year and I'm like, I actually don't know what I want to do. But I did industrial engineering because it includes business, engineering. I was good at math. So I'm
You were
like,
in it from the beginning. I joined you there.
yeah.
You
I
were there from the
started in
beginning.
college from the beginning, but yeah.
Well,
For a
these-
long time, I wasn't sure what I wanted
See
to do.
them? They are the ones that followed the mold. Me, for
Which
yeah.
mode?
I'm sorry, like what you started with is what you're actually doing now.
No, I started mechanical. I didn't
No,
start
I mean
industrial.
like, but it's still engineering. Right. I wanted to be a medical doctor. That ain't it no more.
Hey, but you're getting a
But I think
doctorate.
leadership
I'm getting a
is so
doctorate.
much better for you.
Yeah, still in the
Leadership,
medical field.
That's lit.
But it's the medical field, yes, but it's not a medical doctor.
But
I
dog
actually
guys, dog
same
guys, dog
difference.
guys.
PhD.
look at all of you.
Same
Nonsense.
difference.
Be walking into, chief, doctor, MSc.
You know what I was actually just thinking about? I don't want anybody to call me by my title.
Why?
It's already too late. I'm
earned
changing your name in my phone.
You bastard. I don't want anybody to call me by my title because we as Nigerians, we place so much emphasis on titles and like educational accomplishments that
What's wrong with that?
it becomes your. What's wrong with that? Do you know how many children struggle being actual human beings outside of the work that they do?
No, what I mean is, what is wrong with having that title or someone calling you by your title?
I think he's saying like if you let it define you.
I don't want it to define me. And let's be real, our parents once you have a little, oh, my son is a doctor. That's Dr. Edgeworth.
it's just so they can brag now.
I don't like that. Don't reduce me to what I've
They're
done.
even lifting you up.
No, bro. That's all
My mom said the
ego.
only reason why she wants me to get my doctorates in engineering is just so she can brag about
And
me.
that is ego. I don't like that.
Why can't I make my mom proud and let her brag
Okay,
about
be
me?
proud of me is one thing, but don't reduce me to just that. There are so many parents who don't appreciate their kids because they haven't hit all these educational milestones. The only reason I'm even doing this doctorate now is because I've had conversations with people who have helped me understand that this is something that I have to do to be a leader in my field. I'm going into healthcare leadership. So to be that, I have to understand certain different metrics, and being in healthcare is very credential heavy. So with it being credential heavy, I have to go through all of those different things. That's the only reason I'm doing it. If not, I wouldn't be doing it in the first place. So I don't want a situation where I get like pigeonholed into being this thing because I graduated with a
I
doctorate.
feel it.
You didn't even need to. Because watch, you're not even gonna know how to turn it back on now.
Dang. I would say for me, like, it really just depends. I think titles, like, it just depends on who you are and, like, does it really mean that much to you? Why do you want it? Do you need it? Are you doing it just so you can boast? Because that is what will make a difference to me of if it's worth it for me or not.
I'm truthfully, I'm fine with it. I see where my mom is coming from for why she wants to brag about me having a, but it's not. She's not reducing me to that at all. She's
Yeah.
already proud of my accomplishments. She knows where I came from. She knows how when I was in elementary school and middle school and high school, they were like, "Don't you dare try to do engineering because you're too dumb at math and sciences." And I pushed through it. I had to start from the lowest math and science in university. I started from freaking pre-algebra and algebra to go all the way to Calc 3 and DPQ. I fought hard, and she's proud of that. So for her to say that, oh, the only reason why I want you to get your doctorate is because I want to be able to brag about you. I'm like, I want you to be able to brag
Can't
about
she
me.
brag about you
Doctorate?
now?
Are you going to get your doctorate?
Oh, no.
Can't she brag about you? Isn't she proud of you now?
She is.
So why does she need more?
She would like to be able to brag about me. And I was like, okay, I can want to give you that, but if it doesn't make sense for me, I'm not going to do it.
But what I'm saying is, isn't what you've done enough?
She's not saying that what I did isn't enough. She says that she would like to brag and say that her son is a doctor. That's
Right,
it.
which means that what you are right now. I understand where you're getting at, but what I'm saying is like what that means and what that insinuates is I want you to do more so I can brag more. For me, that's where I struggle with a lot of African parents. I should be good enough for you where I am.
I think
As long as I'm happy, that should be all that matters.
I think you're looking very emotionally into it because it's more about you're already proud of your child, but you will want more for your child no matter what they do. Like I want my child to keep pushing until they're a billionaire.
I see
I want my
both
child to
sides
keep
of it.
pushing until they're the maximum of they can be. If I think that you can be a doctor, I'm gonna motivate you to do it. It's not by force, but it's
I
a
see
motivation.
both sides of it, but like your mom is saying like I can brag even more if you get more, but you're like you shouldn't need that
exactly
to brag more
because
But
what I am and what I've done is good enough. Because for me, and this is something that I've just learned, my happiness and my child's happiness matters more to me than anything. Why? Because even if you get that doctorate and even if you get all that things and you're not happy with who you are as a person, you're going to struggle and you're going to be depressed for the rest of your